Peace and blessings, glory, glory to the eternal living God. Blessed be the worth of your God. Blessed be the wrath of your God upon all your enemies. You think God didn't see that, huh? You think God forgot, huh? You think that all them prayers that you prayed for last year, the year before that, just because you ain't seen those things, you think your God forgot, huh? Your God don't forgot nothing. Y'all just have to remind yourself, when you are truly blessed, God is going to overwhelm you with blessings. It's going to be an overflowing over your life. Now, the question that I posed today, that I put before my brothers and all my sisters, glory, glory to the eternal living God, is, are you in your testing season right now? Or are you a mantle of glory for his blessings? That's what I want to know. When I first started preaching, all the preachers in my town, they would get on me. They'd be like, God, don't test nobody. God, are we reading the same Bible? Do we have the same faith? Here go these old Hebrews. Oh, God, don't test nobody. God ain't gonna do that. God ain't doing this. If God let the devil go to Job and take every single thing that he ever owned in life, take all his wealth, sit up there and afflict this man with ailments on his body, why wouldn't God test you? Why would you think inside of your head that there's not wagers being placed on your faith, on your life, and the things that you will do? So I ask and I pose this question in this day. Are you a vessel of glory that's being blessed by God? Don't give up, my brothers. Don't give up, my sister. Your day is coming. Your God ain't forgot nothing. And guess what? We got to go through these things. We got to go through these. Okay, if you don't go through nothing, how God would ever be able to trust you with anything? How would he? You know what I'm saying? How would God be able to trust you if you haven't been put in the fire? If you never walked outside of that lion's den unscathed by the tools of the lion? How would you? So let's go ahead and get into scriptures. Like right now, I feel as if I'm being tested. And when you are being tested, years will go by. It hurts. I know, brother. You know what I'm saying? I know, brother. You know what I'm saying? We are placed in the fire for his great refining. We are purified in that great fire. But before those blessings come into your life, your God want to see you do something. Your God want to see you say something. Your God want to see what are you willing to do on your own accord, walking through faith, not by sight, but just by standing on your faith. Okay, let's get into scriptures this morning, Tom, because I don't think you hearing me, sister. I don't know, Jehoshaphat. I don't know. I'm losing faith, Jehoshaphat. Oh, brother Israel, I'm losing faith. I don't know. Sister, just hold on. Just hold on. Everything that has a beginning also has an end. This is why I pose today. Are you being tested by God? Are you a vessel of glory, of grace that's being blessed in an abundance of blessing, a great overflow in your life? I'm asking you right now. Don't give up. Okay, now look. Now it came to pass after these things that God tested Abraham and said to him, Abraham, and he said, Here I am. Then he said, Take now your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah and offer him there as a brute offering on one of the mountains of which I shall tell you. Now, can you imagine God will make you sacrifice the things that you love in this life? That's why I ask y'all several times, can God glorify himself in the things that you are asking him for? The things that you have right now, will you put all of that on the table for your Lord to use? If right now, all your fine, all your possessions, all your grandeur, all the things that are great, that you own, that you have, that's in your possession, would you sacrifice these things from God? Would God be able to use these things to glorify and edify himself? So you got to ask yourself that question. I don't have no reason not to say, God, well, you know, you could take these things and you could use them however you want, just as long as you give it back. Okay, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith with no doubting, for he who doubts is like a wave of a sea, driven and tossed by the winds. For let that man that he will receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all of his ways. So I ask, when you ask God something, do you believe it? Can you see it? Can you visualize it in your head? Can you put these things in your far fetches of the reaches of your future, knowing that these things are yours? When you ask, do you have faith behind your own self, knowing that God sees and he hears and he has already put these things in process for you to have? So you must have faith. When you are asking God anything, you got to see it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a motion picture in your head, brother. You see the car, you see you in the car, you see you going to the gas station, you see you paying your car note, whatever. You know what I'm saying? However, you have to visualize these things. You have to put faith in these things when you go to God asking him anything. But all of these things, are you being tested? Is this your testing season? Are you a vessel of God's glory that's being rendered all these blessings in your life? I'm asking you here in this day. Everything that has a beginning also has to have an end. Your God sees your long nights. Your God seen the frustration look on your face. Your God seen when you went without and still holding on strong, my sister, holding on to the promise of him rendering all these things into your life. Hold on, keep the faith. God is not going to give you something that you will lose. Only the devil does that. God is not going to put something in your plate that you have that you cannot handle or you cannot maintain at that time. So it's all in the time. Are you a vessel of God's grace, of his glory, of his abundant overflow being poured on your life right now? Or are you in the trial? Are you in the lion's den? Are you sitting here and you just stepped out the furnace and you've been purified and made whole all over again? Last one. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. Okay, and you shall remember that the Lord your God led you all the way these 40 years in the wilderness to humble you and to test you, to know what was in your heart, whether you would keep his commandments or not. So he humbled you. He allowed you to hunger and fed you with the manna which you did not know, nor did your fathers know, that he might make you known that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of the Lord. Your garments did not wear out on you, or did your feet swell those 40 years. You know in your heart that as a man chastises his son, so the Lord your God chastising you. He ain't gonna leave us without. This whole time that we're being tested, that we're being refined, that we're being placed in the fire, that we're walking inside of the lion's den, he's not going to put too much on us. So we'll make it if we'll keep the faith. Remember all the things that you asked your Lord. Just because that happened back in 2019, I'm sorry, brother, you in a test. Sister, I know you asked for that in 2017. Your God never forgot. You're in the test. You know what I'm saying? You're in the test, the overflowing of your vessel. Your vessel of grace, of glory is going to be blessed. But you yourself have to hold on. Now, I got to go on ahead and get back up in here. Glory, glory to the eternal living God. Peace and blessings be upon your day.